So, Donald Trump not a racist?
I put in that work. I buried these niggas, put them in the dirt. I run the empire, the power is mine.
But anytime he's talking to his possible appointments, they're under this cloud of racism. You know, there is more speculation about them being racist than when actual racist was in the office of government in the 18 and 1700s. You know what I mean? So for him to not be racist, he has this cloud of Ku Klux Klan neo-Nazi-ish thing going on that he really needs to work out, especially since his whole run was based on division. How Mexicans and illegal aliens were either rapists or criminals or taking people's jobs, how blacks were living in hell, and all this madness that he was bringing up. Suddenly, we have to say, no, of course he's not racist. Of course. So what, he's hiring people from Alabama that was under suspicion of calling people racist, who didn't criticize the Ku Klux Klan until he found out they actually smoked cigarettes. You know, weird stuff like that. We suddenly need to overlook. He's not a racist. You know, and I'm finding that difficult and hard to believe. Donald, why every time you're in a room, it looks like the convention of old white men? You know what I mean? What is that about? Why it's only one woman that you're even thinking about having in your cabinet? That is a problem. You know what I mean? Why is the only person you know of color is Ben and Omarosa, which makes you a 70-something-year-old person who has less black friends than people anywhere in the world except Switzerland? You know? So you need to figure out what you're going to do to actually unite the United States. It is bonkers to me to consider that you can look with a straight face saying that you are American for the people, by the people, for all the people, and not have one person that represents all the people. On your campaign, you had as many people as you could possibly find to not look racist. They have melted away like ice cream on a sunny day in the street, because now none of these people are up for anything except cheerleading you in maybe 4 years for you to rerun again. It's becoming a sham. It's becoming ridiculous. Now we're all trying to be behind you because you're all our presidents. And then racism has ticked up where people in elementary school are chanting "Build the Wall," and people in high school are putting swastikas on buildings, on people's cars. People are getting their head wraps pulled off their head. It's getting ridiculous here. But see, for all you racists, I need to tell you something. Only Trump has the Secret Service. Don't be walking around here trying to bully people and get your ass whooped. You know, you don't have Trump's Secret Service. Ain't nothing changed. If a black man see a bunch of whites beating up on one black person, or especially an African-American woman, that's your ass. I don't give a fuck if I got a handful of groceries. I see it. I am flying over there, and all this almost 300 pounds worth of man is crashing down on whoever had their hands on that woman at the time. I don't play that shit. It will become the NAACP in this bitch, sparked up everywhere. That bullying shit is ridiculous. Kids don't know better. Kids don't know that there's consequences to their actions, from imprisonment to a good old-fashioned ass whooping. But you grown people do. You grown people with parents do. You grown people that are parents do. So you need to recognize that and realize that this is not a game. These are people's lives. And if there's some kind of mean-spirited stuff happening because of pigmentation, people are going to get hurt. And And not always the people with pigmentation. Are you really willing to put your life in jeopardy because somebody that won on bigotry won the election? That's foolishness. You're going to get yourself hurt. This ain't Mississippi. This is LA. This is Detroit. This is Chicago. This is Philadelphia. This is Miami. Okay, this ain't your good old-fashioned old-timey 50s where education was low, where people's pride was low. Ain't nobody singing no Negro spirituals. They hitting you with a right cross. They gonna put you on World Star, famous with your tongue out, looking like a fish out of water. Wake up, people. This is not the time to go all bonkers and think you're going to harm people and think you're going to hurt people and think you're going to bully people. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. People are too used to the norm of having an African-American president, used to the norm of being able to go to the store, and as long as they have money, they have the right to be in a store. They are too used to the norm of jumping on the bus. Okay? And then those that are older than us, you know, the 80s and 70s, where their norm was y'all holding y'all purse real tight against your body, hoping he don't whoop your ass and take it. These people definitely ain't going backwards. Okay? They're used to being the gangs. You know what I'm saying? And your worst nightmare could happen if it happens too much. Bloods and Crips kill each other. Can you imagine if they got together? Bloods and Crips and Locos and Mexican mafias kill each other. Can you imagine if they unified under the same banner of color? The Yakuza and Chinese gangs kill each other. Can you imagine if they unified under pigmentation leadership? As long as you have it, you're in. There's 198 million Caucasian Americans. And here's the bigoted worst nightmare. All those white people are not racist. Some of those people have wives and husbands that's blacker than midnight that they love their dirty draws. Love them to death. Have caramel-colored babies, the same complexion as mine, and they love their children to death. So that cuts your gang party by half, you bigoted white people out there in the world. So you need to realize you are more alone than you think. And you need to realize that and need to wake up and understand that this is a new century. This is a new world, okay? People are coming together whether you like it or not. And some of us have no problem knocking your ass out to bring the point across. Be better than that. Now, I'm not advocating violence. I don't think violence should ever happen on either side. Someone wearing a Trump shirt, that's their right. It's dumb, but that's their right. You know what I'm saying? But what's not going to happen is these little pockets in Arizona, these little pockets in certain part of Miami, these little Florida, these little pockets in certain parts of North Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, that decides to bully people. It's not going down. This is not the 50s, okay? It is not there. It's not going to happen, okay? Because then you're going to have to live in just Alabama, just Mississippi, just certain parts of North Carolina, because the other parts will beat your ass. New York will whoop your ass. Detroit will whoop your ass. LA will whoop your ass. Philadelphia will whoop your ass. Certain parts of North Carolina will beat your ass, okay? I can't make it any clearer. Okay, people ain't intimidated just when they see white. People ain't even intimidated no more when they see cops. They just don't trust them. But they ain't scared of them. They consider them cowards with a bunch of weapons like a ninja and you walking into the store to pick up some chips. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand your bigotry is going to get you hurt. You know, what the Joker say? In Suicide Squad, all the chit-chat's gonna get you hurt. Because that's the truth. All this hate's gonna get you hurt. Period. Because unfortunately for you, there are even black cops, there are even Latino cops, there are even Asian cops. And then no matter if they're all blue, they're not just going to sit here and join in to a KKK beatdown. Wake up, America. We have a secret war happening, and we need to tell people to defuse it before it pops off ridiculously. This is your boy, Ciroc Diesel. And to Donald Trump, you need to make some speeches instead of tweets. You need to stand there like a leader instead of a little girl mad at somebody in class and say, this is America. You should not be bigots, not just stop it. I say into you in the camera, stop it. Because that's moronic. That's not a leader. That's some weirdo that comes out every once in a while and inarticulate. Be a leader, Trump. Be the leader we need. It's your boy, Ciroc Diesel. This is Real Talk Zone. Peace. See you.
I'm keeping it real, them killers are still in political suits. And I hated his people, there's nothing my brother nor sister could do. But sit back and pray as we watch on the news and we take the abuse. What train of thought is telling you shoot up a movie theater? What kind of fool gon' walk in the school?